I am going to talk about stuff. I don't make resolutions really. It's just I don't know. I get a lot of stuff done. One of the tools I've used, and this may go on. I really don't give a flying fuck anymore. This may go on a while and make no sense or make perfect sense. I've made them before where it was like. It made perfect sense to me later, or people started posting, hey, I like that when it makes a lot of sense or something, and I was like, I had actually posted the exact, I was kind of doing a test, I'd actually posted the exact same vlog earlier, and so nobody had paid attention to it really, so it's kind of, anyway, stuff that really helps me, writing stuff out. I learned a long time ago, and I wouldn't know a lot of this stuff had I not been around people who helped me out, when I was younger and been in recovery and drug and alcohol and depression recovery and chronic pain recovery, kind of, they're not in recovery, just trying to even begin to understand how to live your life when it's devastated, absolutely devastated with chronic pain. So anyway, writing stuff out, that's why I keep these vlogs. They're a journal for me in a way, and it's just easier when it's outside of you. That's why people say write stuff. They say it lives outside of you and it has its own energy and its own life then, and kind of true. I don't go in for a lot of the new agey stuff, but some of it is proven to be absolutely correct, But writing stuff out and stuff I should do in the new year and probably will. I mean, I'm at a point where, with my music and stuff, it's like this could actually be a really neat thing and be a living for the rest of my life and be sort of a certain level of notoriety. And finally, after all these years, and I worked in anonymity and obscurity a lot on purpose. I kind of had a scare when I was younger with kind of, once with kind of very little bit of fame, and then once with very little bit of, substantial power, having the ability to, working at record labels, kind of having the ability to change people's lives. And anyway, so I was more than happy to take a back seat. But the things I should do, and it's all stuff I'm considering. Another secret for me is I set the bar high, but I don't pressure myself. I think the wind's blowing outside. That is the weirdest noise. Anyway, it's key for me because I'm a person who's had problems and depression and so on. When I get overwhelmed with stuff, it sucks, and it brings on depression and makes me not want to do anything. So I set the bar high when I'm realistic about what I will get done, and I'm the kind of person too. If I set it super high, I can get it every time, but at what cost? I can achieve almost anything I put my mind to, but at what cost? It's like, are you going to be crawling off the battlefield with, no legs on bloody stumps just to, plant your mind, or are you going to, depends on where you're at in life, So writing stuff out has really been key. Keeping a journal, setting the bar high, knowing when to disregard absolutely, completely other people's input, and trusting, being true to your own self, to thine own self be true. And I always wonder what that means. It means a lot of times in life, when everybody around you is saying you can't do this and doubt you have to go be honest with yourself, not kid yourself, and go, hey, I can do this. Seems impossible, I can do it. And other people will go, you can't do that, and it's like, you have to know when to go, you know what, fuck off, or don't just, if there's somebody you can't just dismiss, then at least learn to kind of go, yeah, whatever, or just say nothing and go, yeah, sure, whatever. Other people, what a fucking deal they are. They can be wonderful most of the time, about 50-50 really. Wonderful the other half of the time. They're sort of, I've said it before, secret saboteurs that have their own frustrated dreams and wishes, and I don't even know if they try to fuck you up, but they do. It's hard. I've said it before. That's the key thing. One of the key things about being completely alone. I never really speak with anyone else. I don't take phone calls anymore. What am I going to say to anybody? It's like I got nothing left to say. You know, everything that needs to be said has been said, and it's like now I'm doing this. Either get behind me and respond to it, or at least get the fuck out of the way. You know, and it's okay either way. Just do one or the other. There's so much there, though, and as far as, you know, setting the bar high and getting overwhelmed, that's really something everybody deals with, and for me, it's a real key when I get overwhelmed to step back, to step the fuck back from stuff and go, now wait a minute, get control of this. I'm always mixing something. That's the key to everything I do, knowing how physics and the science of sound works, and being how to mix all those frequencies together and have them make some sense, you know, but sometimes a mix will get out of control, and it's important for me to just go pull all the faders down and start over, or being very mindful of every move you make, or just step away from what you have. More than once I've had something gorgeous going on, a beautiful mix. I stepped away from it. A few hours later I came back and would be like, oh, that's incredible. So you don't always know what you have at the time, but you know, getting stuff done and setting. I don't do like I said, I don't do the New Year's resolutions things. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. I could go into specifics. I'm really at a point where I know now, I see the numbers support it fully. I could make a really good living at this and have a level of notoriety. I need to get healthy and spend some time, and that may, even, you know, more healthy than I am is what I'm saying. And that requires some time. Am I going to do any of this? I don't know, but I've written it out, and it sort of helps me to look at it and gives me something a framework to lay my ideas out on. Depends how far I want to take this. I'm at a certain age now where it's like just regular daily comfort stuff is every bit as important as ever having any notoriety, you know. But the notoriety and the fun, the sheer joy of doing music again, will pay for eventually. Within 5 years, I can be making $100,000 a year easily, according to the numbers at this, from album and merchandise sales and other stuff, you know. And that's not really what I always wanted to do or anything. I just really wanted to do the music, and I had hoped that people would just respond. And, you know, I did do the music, and at times did a great job, but getting people to respond, especially on fucking YouTube, it's awesome, but it's hard. I mean, I run across stuff all the time. It's incredible. 2 or 3 hits and a thumbs down, you know. It's like, which brings me to marketing, and that's one of the things that I focus on 24 hours a day. It goes on 24 hours a day, and it's going to continue to go on. You know, and it's something I've known all the time. In fact, in the record industry, it was the marketing guys that brought me in to make their products, their artists sound better and have something to market, you know. A lot of times they'd jump the gun and be trying to market something that was just ridiculously bad, sounding bad, but there was a core of something cool there sometimes, not always. But, you know, to thine own self be true. In life, really, the key to this is for me, like with haters, there's only one answer to dealing with haters. Absolutely no response and disregard. I could write volumes on haters. Who gives a shit? I just disregard. It's little-minded hate coming from some bullshit, fucked up place I'm not going to deal with. The only thing that disturbs me about them, you know, what would I do if I would appear in a room with one with a baseball bat, you know? And you know, sometimes it disturbs me because I think, you know, I'd just kill this fucker for fun and play in his blood, kind of a thing, you know. But I come to my senses and go, oh, well, fuck it. It's like a 10-year-old boy in the Netherlands with a fucking foul mouth, and his mom left him loose on the computer. And I'm, you know, a full-grown man. It's like, am I going to let that kind of stupidity get to me? No. So I you know, no reaction is the only reaction there. It's a distraction that none of us need. complete bullshit. It's just like life, you know, bullshit comes in. This person giving you bullshit for their bullshit reason, their own self-serving a lot of times, or not, just their own motive, like your wife or your kids. Your kids want to go to the park more, you know, understood, but it's interfering with your thing. Your wife wants to fuck more, you know, understood, but it's interfering with your thing, and she ain't that hot anymore, kind of a thing. I've never actually had that happen yet, have I? Well, a little bit once. We got divorced. Anyway, you know, I've talked about friendship and stuff in my vlogs, and you know, it's kind of hard for me. I look at these like performance art. You know, I try not to censor myself and say whatever the fuck I feel, and it's like a journal though, and it's important for me to mark sort of where I'm at and understand where I'm going. But there's, you know, with what I'm doing, there's a tremendous potential, but we'll see. It's always important for me to kind of keep pushing but not get overwhelmed, and when I do get overwhelmed, you know, back the fuck off. Anyway, that's my thoughts on some shit. I'm gonna do pissed off rapper on this one. Yo, peace out, motherfuckers and shit.